So being in Calgary, I feel like I've got my finger on the pulse and I'm always kind of keeping an eye out and I'm pretty plugged into what's going on with the Edmonton Oilers. And from what I've heard, apparently Mark Spector is to Edmonton Oilers fans what Eric Francis is to Calgary Flames fans. A lot of people saying this guy hasn't got a clue. Why does he still have a media badge? Shouldn't be anywhere near doing media for the team. He's incompetent. All this stuff that I hear about Eric Francis is also said by Oilers fans about Mark Spector. However, he's plugged in. He's right there. And yes, there are some fans that, and some players even, that aren't really on the greatest terms with Mark Spector, but he's plugged in. He knows what's going on with the team. And now, with the most recent Jake Virtanen PTO, we'll see if Virtanen ends up signing an actual contract with the Edmonton Oilers. But if you are a fan of this team, you know that Mark Spector has basically been trying to run Jesse Puljujarvi out of town, pulling Eric Francis with Johnny Gaudreau for the past while here. And he recently wrote an article, guess what? And it was kind of mentioned on thehockeywriters.com. Virtanen PTO may indicate Oilers closer to Puljujarvi decision. First question that comes in here, could Virtanen coming in mean Puljujarvi leaves? According to a thread by Mark Spector of Sportsnet, one player to watch in all of this is Jesse Puljujarvi. Talk is already out there that he's the logical choice to be moved as the Oilers try to figure out a situation to their salary cap concerns. Spector is adding fuel to the fire that Puljujarvi could go because Virtanen might be an option to replace him. Spector writes, Edmonton cannot trade Jesse Puljujarvi for anything of value and do not have the depth at right wing to make a deal for a draft pick. If Virtanen sticks at NHL minimum and can play, would Holland move the $3 million Puljujarvi? Not sure on that, but possibly. It would infuriate some fans. And, hey, would it ever? The Bison King is absolutely so popular with Edmonton Oilers fans. And, look, on the surface, I understand a cheaper option. Like, if you sign Jake Virtanen for peanuts for like $800K, and then you get out Puljujarvi, who's $3 million, like, that's a lot of savings right there. And in the NHL world, any type of salary cap room you can get, especially when you're a team competing for the Stanley Cup, it's invaluable. It's priceless, okay? That's money that could go to what? To like Patrick Kane or to a top-end defenseman as a rental if you go through double retention. But still, like, dude, if you could get upwards of $2.5, $2.7 million in savings, that is unbelievable. Okay, that was terrible math by me. Well, $2.3 million in savings if you sign Jake Virtanen $800K. Like, seriously, that is some serious savings you could do. Please don't judge my math skills. There's a reason I'm doing commentaries. I'm not a mathematician right now. Jeez, that was bad. But I do think Jake Virtanen here, I agree. It could mean, and we've heard this for a while, that the Bison King was maybe on the trade block. And even after he re-signed with the Oilers, he signed, everybody said, see, he re-signed, he's not going anywhere. Not necessarily, man. It could just be the old sign and trade, okay? Absolutely. The Edmonton Oilers, if they see an upgrade, especially if it's cheaper than Puljujarvi, they will probably pull the trigger on it because there's lots of other places, like on the back end, that they would need some extra help that money could go to. So if they could replace even 3/4 of Puljujarvi's production with a guy like Jake Virtanen, I know how controversial this is. I think they're going to try to do it. Why else would they bring Virtanen on a PTO here? Look at that right side for the Edmonton Oilers. You got guys like Hyman, Yamamoto, Puljujarvi, now Virtanen. Like, seriously, there's going to have to be some room made there down that right side. And honestly, we know that on defense, they need it to be shored up. We know that, okay? I know people love Cody Ceci in Edmonton, but let's be real here on a cup contending team. Let's get real for a second. There's some better options out there. Darnell Nurse as a top-end defenseman. Like, there could be some insulation that could really help the Edmonton Oilers here. And if Puljujarvi was to get traded, look what Nils Lundqvist just went for, a first-round pick to the Dallas Stars. I understand a young right-shot defenseman is a different situation than Puljujarvi, but a guy who could pot you 15, dare I say 20 goals, am I out to lunch when I say that, for Jesse Puljujarvi, I really do think that teams are going to be kicking around second, third round pick. If he plays with the Oilers this season and he starts really strong with McDavid or something, who knows? Dare I say first round pick for Jesse PULJUJARVI. I know that would have sounded asinine a few weeks ago, but again, look what Nils Lundkvist just went for. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility here, and I really do believe that PULJUJARVI, depending on the return it fetches for the Edmonton Oilers, especially with the salary cap savings, it's something they could look into, and there might be a trade coming soon here, given that Virtanen has been signed to a PTO. We'll see what that contract situation ends up turning into. It'll be very interesting. I want to know what you guys think about it down below. Oilers fans, let me know what you think about this, okay? I want to hear from you. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.